next, one of my viewers yesterday recommended playing a very fun deck, and namely Ninjas. And it's gonna be Ninjas, but it's not gonna be optimal Ninjas. It's gonna be a little bit janky, funky Ninjas with a janky, funky combo, namely Satoru Umezawa, who can give every card in our hand ninjutsu. So he can give ninjutsu to very large and very expensive creatures. And one of the very large and expensive creatures that we're going to try and ninjutsu in is going to be Ulamog. And another one is going to be Craterhoof Behemoth. I don't think this combo is going to come together very often, but even if one or two times we can do it, it's fun. The rest of the deck, our 1-drops are there to enable ninjutsu really, and then we have a bit of removal and hand disruption, and just some of the better ninjas and a Kaito to have a little bit of staying power, Moon Circuit Hacker to have a bit of selection, Silver for Master to make ninjutsu even cheaper because Satoru Umezawa gives 4 mana ninjutsu to people, to creatures, so it's not that great. It's okay, but it's not amazing. And then so we want a decentish sideboard for this. So we do want some Mystical Dispute, or maybe actually Drown in the Locks probably. Who would want 2 drowns in the main actually? Maybe 2 drowns in the main. Yeah, that might be good. So I might go down. I mean, 10 enablers, maybe 8 enablers are okay. And then we can have some drowns here in the main deck. We have a bunch of Dokuchi Silencers because they're good against creature decks. And what else should we have? Should we have a Leyline or Lantern in the sideboard? I mean, Lantern might be the better choice, to be honest. I like Leyline, but you really need to draw it in your opening hand for it to do well. And I like the Beetle, maybe 1 or 2 in the side. I like the, what's that, Drake, which has protection from red. Can be quite useful these days. What else would be good here? What else could be good here? I mean, we could play 1 Liliana or 1 Sorin. Actually, maybe 2 Kaitos would be best. I'll just craft a Kaito. And maybe 4. What else might we face that could be very annoying? Oh, Mystical Dispute is what I wanted to put in the side. Right, definitely 2 copies. And actually, Ether Gust could be very good as well. Gust is such a good card, versatile card. Yep, no Ether Meltdown. No? Nope. Big nope. So, yeah, it would be nice to have a bit more removal though. I'm thinking about something like Extinction Event or Languish or something against creature decks. What could deal with Catoan, for example? What could we do with a bunch of enchantments and artifacts? Not much. Not much. It's a bit of a problem. Yeah, instead of 2 Spell Pierces and the 2 Silencers, maybe 1 Silencer, 1 Fatal Push is okay. But here maybe 2 Undercity Plunder or 2 Bonds, 2 Painful Bonds might be good. Yeah, a little bit of card draw could be good. Well, we do have a bunch of card draw though in the form of creatures. So maybe let's try Undercity Thunder. Okay. Alright, so this is our crazy black-blue combo deck. It's Satoru Umezawa time in Historic Ranked. I don't know whether this is going to be any good. Probably not, but it's probably going to be fun nevertheless. And I'm really thinking about playing something with Reality Chip, Azusa, and some other janky, you can play at the top of your deck cards. I don't know. Reality Chip could be good with... What could it be good with? It could be good with pure artifact ramp build. It could be good with... could be good with a bunch of things. Could be good with a bunch of things. I never played this deck, but I like the idea of going Ornithopter, Changeling Outcast, turn 2 Infiltrator, and then Undercity Plunder my opponent. Yep, I think I'm just gonna go with that. I mean, this looks strong. Okay, my opponent is gonna be like, what the heck is that? Okay, they're playing a Charger, right? And then we are going to attack with these two creatures. And we're going to ninjutsu in an Infiltrator. Do 3 damage, draw a card, 2 cards actually, because Changeling Outcast is a shapeshifter. And we're going to replay our Ornithopter, and next turn we can Moon Circuit Hacker or Biting Palm Ninja if we get a land. Ulamog doesn't have ninjutsu at the moment. No, sadly, not yet. Not yet. But that time is going to come as well. Yeah, I think Infiltrator is just going to sit back. I don't want it double blocked. And we're just going to cast Biting Palm of the Ornithopter. And we're gonna get in with 2 ninjas, draw 2 cards, discard a card of our opponents. Yes. Remove the menace counter. Get rid of the showdown. That's an effective card. We don't want to have to deal with that. Get the Ornithopter back on board. And maybe next turn we can just double Undercity Plunder if we draw a land. Yep. What should we do here? Call. Kill some of my opponent's creatures. We could plunder them. Right, let's just attack first. See what my opponent does. How do they block? I mean, I can use Fatal Push to save my Infiltrator, obviously. It's gonna be good. Okay. Very happy to bring in the Hacker instead of the Ornithopter. And I think I'm okay for the moment. I mean, I'm killing 2 of their creatures, getting in with 2 ninjas again. Oh, I didn't pay attention to the Charger. Yeah, that's a problem. That was silly of me, but never mind. Happens. Yeah, draw a card, discard a card. So we're going to discard our Network Disruptor. We can still cast some things, right? It's our second main, so we're going to get rid of that Nahiri. Looks a bit dangerous. And we're gonna play the Ornithopter again. Should we plunder or should we keep up the push? Maybe I'm just going to plunder them and now it's going to discard 1 or 2 cards. But they're getting fed up anyway. I mean, I'm so far ahead, right? I made them discard half of their hand then. Yeah. So Drake could be good here. It has protection from red. We don't really... What do we not need so much? Drown in the lock. Can go. And I don't know. I mean, the rest seems just pretty good. Even the silencer could be good, right? Because this deck has a bunch of creatures, so it's just good to have it. And maybe we don't need so many of these. Yep. I don't know whether we need the Silver Fur Master at all. We might not. It might be more of a draft card, now that I think about it. Well, we have Ninja of the Deep Arts, we have an Ornithopter, we have a bit of hand disruption. I think this is a good hand. I think this is just a good hand. And we can go with Drowned Catacomb, Ornithopter, Hall of Storm Giants, get the Ninja in, and start drawing cards, and we're good. Yep. Yeah, that's it. We're just gonna do it that way. We're just gonna get in the Ninja of the Deep Hours, and yep. Replay the Ornithopter, draw a card. Sure. Yep, I will draw a card. Thank you very much. We get the Drake. That's nice too. So this is looking good. This is looking pretty good. No blocking. Thank you. We're gonna bring an Infiltrator this turn. My opponent is gonna exert quite a bit of pressure though. But I'm still just going to bring the Infiltrator. Then we can keep up a Fatal Push. They have to tap this, right? So we're gonna cast this now, actually. They're going to save it and tap it, which is perfectly convenient for us. And we're gonna get in for 4. Get back our Ornithopter. And bingo! There you go. Draw 3 cards of this interaction. That's pretty cool. Yes, please take the action. And we have the combo. We have the crazy combo. We might be able to ninjutsu in a Craterhoof Behemoth. I like that. That could be really fun. Okay, so what we do want to do now is to bring Satoru Umezawa. Should I set up a bit more? Like Silver Fur Master. I mean, I could do that. I could bring the Master. And oh, it gives everything +1/+1. That's so good. Okay, so we do this. And we try to get in with everything. And we bring the Silencer instead of the Ornithopter. And we're going to get in with it, and we're going to discard a card, a creature card, maybe the Drake, to get rid of one of the Hello Blades, probably. Yeah, the Drake gets rid of one of the Hello Blades, our opponent has to discard again, which they're probably going to do. Very good, Nahiri is gone. We're gonna draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, that looks very neat, very nice. Take action, sure. We're definitely going to recast the Ornithopter, and probably also recast the Changeling Outcast, or maybe just the Thousand Face Shadow, and we're good. We have a pretty big board, so we can use the Shadow and the Silver Fur to block. Opponent has to either trade or discard everything they have in their hand. So now they didn't want to discard whatever it is that they had in their hand, so I'm gonna have a look. Strike can go. We don't want any combat tricks from our opponent. And then we're just gonna cast the Changeling Outcast. We're gonna get in for bunch. Oh, actually we kill our opponent. Oh, I should have waited a turn then. I was too greedy, I just wanted to win. Dang, I shouldn't have tried to win. I should have just tried to play out the combo. I mean, this deck is just hilarious though. We get a Blood Ties Collector. Beautiful, look at that. Okay, let's try it again. This is really fun and going pretty decently. It's going pretty decently. So far so good, I would say. But I hope we can play the combo one time. I should have gone for it. I was a bit too efficient there. So the problem with the combo is obviously that it's not efficient, right? You need to cast a 3-mana do-nothing creature, which needs to stick on the board for a turn. And next turn you have to have some ninja that can get in. Then you have to be able to cast something like ninjutsu in a big creature. Ooh, thing. What are they up to? They're black and red. It's gonna be another Rakdos deck. Dang. Goblin Engineer. This looks like some wacky artifact deck. This looks like some really wacky artifact deck. They're playing Mardu. Is this the... I wonder what this is. Nah, we're just going to hold up Drown in the Loch. Is this the Greasefang deck? Maybe that's the Greasefang deck. We're just going to counter that, thank you. We don't want Goblin Engineer on the board. Goblin Engineer smacks of combo potential. Yeah, it's just 100% combo. You don't play that card unless you want to combo with something. And okay, we're gonna bring Kaito, and we're gonna create a little ninja. And that little ninja can then help us to activate our Ingenious Infiltrator next turn, and we can draw a bunch of cards of the Ingenious Infiltrator and Kaito as well. Yeah, can't be blocked. Well, sadly it's a token, so when we are going to ninjutsu it, it won't come back to our hand, so we can't cast it again. But that's okay. We're gonna draw enough cards with Kaito and the Infiltrator to get going, hopefully. So probably we just want to first attack here with the ninja, get the Infiltrator in, exchange it for the token. Yes, draw a card. Play a card of that. Draw another card with Kaito. And I mean, casting Silver Fur would be good. We could cast the Changeling Outcast as well. Silver Fur isn't bad. Right, we could double a ninjutsu. Yeah, let's just try and get Silver Fur in. It's also harder to remove the Ingenious Infiltrator, and it can defend Kaito if it's necessary. The Changeling Outcast can't block. It can be blocked, but it also cannot block, so... yeah. Mercurial Phase sows distrust. Distrust reaps a lonely life. Interesting. So we just probably want to try and get in with our 2 ninjas, right? And we want to see how that goes first. Opponent can double block. I would just double block in their case. Yeah, probably seems good. They don't want us to draw a whole bunch of extra cards, right? Draw another card and discard a land. Oh, we don't need to because we attacked. We could just bring another Infiltrator. I mean, they're stuck on 2 mana, so, you know. Or bring the Hacker and the Outcast. And, yep, that's actually perfectly fine. And because that's all kinds, it's also a ninja. So we have a lot of damage on board as well, to be honest. And our Kaito is sticking up. Yep. Kaito is a very decent card. Ah, yes, that is the Parhelion deck. But, so Goblin Engineer, sacrifice an artifact, return target artifact card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It can't get back Parhelion. What is the role? Ah, okay, it can put Parhelion into the graveyard. And then can't stay away, can bring back a creature, target card with mana value 3. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on here. We're definitely gonna bring this. And I think I'm just gonna attack with everything. Maybe not the Master. I don't need to attack with the Master. I don't want to trade the Master for the Pyromancer. But then again, it just doesn't matter, does it? Not really. We're gonna need you to in the other Infiltrator anyway, so... yeah, that's true. We're just gonna draw a bunch of cards even this way. Yeah, that's fine. So we're gonna do a good amount of damage, draw a bunch of cards. Yep, 4 cards. And a lot of lands, so we're gonna draw that one more. We're gonna discard a Watery Grave. And what else do we want to do? We're gonna draw another card with Kaito, just for good measure. And we have Satoru Umezawa. We're going to play Satoru Umezawa, and we're going to play the Changeling Outcast. We have an excellent board, we have Lethal on board, we have 2 Ninjas of the Deepars, we have a Hive of the Eye Tyrant, we have a Kaito on 4, and we have a Hall of the Storm Giants. But what I would really be happy about would be if I could draw my other Ulamog and ninjutsu it in of the Satoru, but my opponent gives up before that could happen, so we just score a simple win with ninjas. Interesting. So my opponent is planning to reanimate big artifacts, so yeah, that's their game plan. So disturbing their game plan is probably pretty good, and countering some of their cards is probably also pretty good. Yep. A little bit of graveyard and hand disruption is what we need here, and a couple of counter spells. I don't know about the rest. I'm not super tempted by anything else. Silver for Master is a decent enough card. It's nothing special, but it's good enough. It does the job. Maybe more enablers and less payoffs. I don't know. Kaito is just such a feel-good card somehow. I really want to make a Super Friends list these days as well. And I would probably want to play the very efficient Planeswalkers like Kaito, Gideon, at 3-4 mana, Wanderer. Maybe go up all the way, of course, to the Fairy. The Fairy is just so good. Yeah, I think that's a very, very good hand, actually, because my opponent is playing a combo deck, so if we can disrupt them reliably, and we can, because we can Toadseas them, we can Undercity Plunder them. Yeah, my opponent is trying to defend their combo, I see. I mean, I think you have to take Toadseas. Also, it depends on, of course, it depends on what they have. It depends on what they have. But anyway, we are going to Watery Grave, Changeling Outcast, and if we draw an untapped land, then we're going to go Ninja of the Deep Hours and just draw a card. But we have only 8 tapped lands, so we are not doing anything here. We don't have enough mana for those cards yet. Do we want to keep up our Drown in the Loch? Or do we want to Undercity Plunder them? Or do we want to cast Ninja of the Deep Hours? I think we do want Ninja because we want a few more cards. We would need a couple more lands to make sure that we can keep up some counter spells. Ninja is a good card. Ninja of the Deep Hours. Also very cool. Look at that grey-blue outfit. It's 4 mana. Man. I'm sorry for my opponent. I have made the same mistake before. I understand why they made it, because I cast Ninja for basically 2 mana, right? Through its ninjutsu ability, I paid 2, but the mana value of the card doesn't change because of that. So, okay, Golden Ratio. Woohoo! Horrible card. Woohoo! And okie dokie, let's have another look. What can we do here? What can we do here? This was a relatively decent run. And I think after this game, we're gonna be done with the dailies. And yeah, we need 1 more land. Yes, that's good. That's not bad. Here I think we just ship Satoru and bring the Watery Grave and bring an Ornithopter and then bring an Ingenious Infiltrator next turn. Bring back the Ornithopter, draw a card, Drowned Catacomb. Ooh, my opponent has a very cool looking little animal there. It's a raccoon, some kind of ninja raccoon. Maybe he's the one who should be playing ninjas. Wow, every single person is playing red and trying to squeeze in Dragon's Rage Channeler. It's understandable though, it's a really good card. We have removal for it, luckily. Torrents. Oh. How annoying, look at that. How very annoying. 2 or more lands. Opponent. So what do we want to remove here? Dorat or Dragon's Rage Channel? I think Dorat has to go. Dragon's Rage Channel is very good, but it isn't going to grow big. You can't block the Ornithopter, no. Which is good, because I want to ninjutsu in a Ninja of the Deep Hours and draw 2 cards. Yes, please, 3 cards, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Let's take action. Very good. Bring back the Ornithopter. And we can actually 1000-Face Shadow of the Ornithopter and make a copy of Ingenious Infiltrator and draw even more cards. Or we can Kaito whichever. Ulamog is just here for the combo, really. Doesn't do anything else. Ulamog. It's a strange creature. Okay. Get rid of Pillar of Flame. Pillar of Flame wouldn't have been bad. I could have removed my Ornithopter or my Ninja of the Deep Powers. Wow. Okay, they're trying to reanimate the Phoenix already. Yeah, well, fair enough. I don't have much removal, to be honest. And I already used that once, so, you know, that might work perfectly. Yep, that is going to work very well. And if they find a land that they can ditch, then Dragon's Rage Channel is going to be... Yep, Dragon's Rage Channel is online. Wow, we are in trouble. Opponent is coming in for 6. Ah, very clever. Keeping the Phoenix back? Not keeping the Phoenix back. Very brave. Not that clever, but very brave. That's something. So I think in this case, we're just gonna go in. We're gonna get the 1000-Face Shadow online. Which is going to copy the Infiltrator. Just for the extra damage and the extra card draw. We're gonna draw like 11 cards. 9 cards, okay. And why that is good is because when I hope to draw my combo, Satoru Umezawa, and I also hope to... Okay, we're gonna replay Ornithopter, that's for sure. Then we discard 6 cards, right? We're going to discard Ulamog. We're not going to keep it. It's going to be a bit puzzled about that one, probably. We're going to discard the Changeling. We're most likely going to discard the... Maybe the Hive? Maybe the Hive? And we're most likely going to discard the other Infiltrator. Oh, one more card. Okay, we're going to discard a Catacomb. Right. So, and we hope to draw Satoru Umezawa still. And then we can maybe ninjutsu in a Craterhoof Behemoth, which would just be fantastic. Ah, Unholy Heat. How nasty, how nasty. Opponent, why do you do me like that? Ay. Opponent obviously hasn't read 1000-Face Shadow because the token enter... Oh, they have, okay. The token sticks around. I am the one who hasn't read their own card. Right, anyway. So I can do 2 things here. I could remove the Phoenix and... Or I can just make them discard everything they have. Which is pretty neat, I think. I'm quite happy with discarding them down to the bones. Okay, they discarded the land. I get a Darcy. That's nice. And let's see what else they have in hand. Yep, we don't need more lands. Thank you. You don't need an expressive iteration, opponent. Absolutely 100% don't need it. So, do I want to get in? I think I'm just going to pass here. And maybe bring this just to have another creature in the air that I can ninjutsu in. Yeah, I'm okay for the moment. Still hoping to be able to play out my combo. My opponent can opt and then they will be able to faithlessly loot, which they're probably going to do. And they might be able to surveil some more. I don't know what they could surveil into the yard that would help them though. Yeah, that's sad. That's a bit sad. Okay, what is good? I mean, Ether Gust and Drake are really good here, obviously. Drown in the Lock is going to be good here, and Lantern is going to be good. Now, I don't think I can play the combo out against this deck, sadly, because I think they're just a bit too good for that. And Biting Palm Ninja might be a bit too slow as well. So maybe one Moon Circuit Hacker can also go, and one Mystical Dispute can come in. Yeah, that's gonna be our deck. Bit more removal, bit more disruption, bit more graveyard hate, and we're just gonna try and win. Win with ninjas. UB Ninjas. Blue-black ninjutsu deck. Well, opponent. What is the idea? What is the idea, opponent? Okie dokie. That's an okay hand actually. It's a very controlling hand. I'm not sure we're that controlling. Are we? It's a bit strange, this hand. But anyway, we're just gonna bring the Thousand Faced Ninja, so that way if my opponent is trying to... But if I draw one of my good counter ninjas, then I can just bring those. If not, we'll just probably keep up drawing the lock. Are we okay with trading with the Darcy? Yeah, we are. I don't mind trading with that, sure. I'm gonna fly in. Just do the damage, and up to you, my friend. I think this can be very tough against Phoenix itself, or like Faithless Looting. Well, what can this be good against? Expressive Iteration? Iteration is still getting a lot of value the turn after. But anything where they pay a lot of mana and they can't do anything else that turn, right? That's true. It's good against an activated Darcy, because they have to draw it again, play it again, and it needs a turn to... it doesn't have haste, so... Looting... do we want them to loot? Maybe the Darcy should just go. Nah, we want the lock to be active. That's true. We want their lock to be active. Shipwreck Marsh. Interesting. So what is the idea? Do we Ether Gust or not? We don't. I'll allow my opponent to do their little filthy game. They might be bringing back a Phoenix this turn though, if they're lucky. But I think in that case we just Ether Gust the Phoenix, right? Yeah, we do. We actually do. Okie dokie. And what is the last thing? Another Faithless Loot thing. Wow, they're gonna have so many things in the yard. Yep, go ahead. Discard 2 cards, 2 lands, and 2 combat. And they get back a Phoenix. And before they can attack me, that Phoenix is gonna go back on their... Go back into their deck. Yep. Nice. They don't have a creature, and their Darcy is only 1/1. That wasn't brilliant for my opponent. It was pretty good for me. Is there anything I would want to snag from their yard here? I mean, I could get rid of their Darcy before they can use it a lot more. Yep. We're just gonna get in for 1 and try to control the game. Ground in the Lock can deal with something if they have an annoying card. Well, definitely we don't want the Crackling Drake to come out. Ah, no Crackling Drake, mate. No Crackling Drake for you, please. Yeah, not really a fan of that idea. Okie dokie, we're gonna keep our ground in the lockup. Yeah, we can remove Dorit, that's fine. Expressive iterations. I think we would rather actually counter the iteration. Yeah. That seems pretty reasonable. No blocks. Wow, we are drawing a lot of things. Problem is, I will really badly need to draw a card here. It would be nice to get rid of their graveyard, but I just need the card draw a little bit more than that. And then I can... Oh, this is a ninja. It's a rogue. Nice. That's good. Isn't this way you see I can raise them? That's pretty good. So far we managed to tackle most of the things they had to throw at us, but of course they have more. They do have a they do have another looting. They do have a phoenix, so we're not yet there. Oh no, they have the promise. That's a brilliant top deck. That's just such a strong top deck. Ay 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 ay. And now we are in trouble. Now we are in trouble. Now we are in trouble. But they don't have any phoenixes in the graveyard, so in some sense, the promise was not that good. They can play something still with the island. They will consider something. They don't. And they keep back their... They're keeping back. I think I'm still gonna go in. Because that's still... If I draw any removal spell next turn, I still have lethal. Yep, go ahead. Okay, 2 phoenixes. Wow, they're gonna get lucky and kill me. They can one-shot me here. No, 3 phoenixes. They're going to one-shot me. What a turn. I love this about Phoenix, to be honest. I played so much Phoenix in the previous season because it's just so fun. When you get this kind of turn, look at that. Their Sprite Dragon became a 9/9 and they have 3 Phoenixes. It's like 18 damage in one turn. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so well, that didn't work out well for me. Maybe I'm gonna bring in another Fatal Push. What else would have been good here? What else would have been good here? Maybe instead of one Master, another Mystical. Yeah, let's just give it a go. Tough, 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 tough. Well, that was a tricky game. Well done, opponent. Is this an okay hand? Yeah, that's an okay hand. That's an early Infiltrator, and that means a lot of card draw, and we can fight the graveyard a bit, and we can fight the expressive iterations a bit as well. So my opponent is thinking about whether or not they should turn 1, remove this, and deny me my ninja. And probably they should. I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, open red mana, Unholy Heat on Changeling Outcast. Go. Because if they don't, I'm gonna start getting a card advantage of this. And they don't. They will leave up some kind of maybe they have a counter spell? They might. Can you... Does ninjutsu... Ninjutsu doesn't mean casting, does it? No, it doesn't. Yeah. So even if they would have mystical dispute, they couldn't use it in this situation. Now, we would really need a third land, though. We really, really need a third land. Ah, they have this annoying creature again. They're trying to race me as well. Wow. How audacious. Audacious. Gosh. Let's draw a card first. Okay, we do get a land, but it's gonna come in tapped. We're gonna have a look at their hand. They have Unholy Heat. They have 2 Unholy Heats. They have Expressive Iteration, and they have the Stormwing Entity. I mean, I think Iteration is just the best card here, so I have to take that. And I'm gonna keep up the Dispute for one of the... for the Stormwings. And again, the Changeling Outcast could be really good. Ugh, this is tricky. But if they get any mana and they cast a Consider or an Unholy Heat, I'm in trouble. Yeah, that's right. They do cast a Consider. They're looking for a land, and then they want to cast the entity of the land that they draw. So now they're thinking, do I want this card? Maybe it's a Dragon's Rage Channeler or a Faithless Looting. They're like, okay, that could be good to go off, but I really need a land, and then I can cast my Stormwing Entity, and Stormwing Entity and a Sprite Dragon together will create more pressure. So what did they decide? What are they going to go for? Okay, another attack, and they just keep up an Unholy Heat. That's good in a sense, because I did not cast any of my creatures in order to keep up my Mystical Dispute, so I sort of wasted my turn. My opponent is really, really thinking hard about something. Okay, now we do have an island. I think I'm going to lead here with my Disruptor and tap their land. Okay, what do they have? If they're smart, they're gonna get the mana off the land before it gets tapped and shoot the Disruptor with one of the Unholy Heats. Yeah, they can do that. That was a good job. We don't mind that. And then we're probably gonna cast Changeling Outcast. And I can only keep this up for blue things, right? Yeah. So we're gonna get rid of the only sorcery that they have at the moment. We're gonna get in with the Infiltrator. Yeah, draw a card. That's pretty good. Yes, please. And I need to start drawing my Drown in the Locks so that I can remove the opponent's Stormwing entities. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. Yeah, we're just gonna have to let that resolve. That's okay. We have a lot of damage. We're not drawing any of our removal spells. That is becoming a big problem. That is becoming a big problem. Ay. Okay, Otawara can do a good job here, to be honest. And the Drake as well. It can protect me from the Sprite Dragon. Should I bring Otawara? No, I think I'm just gonna keep it as a spell. Okay. Play that. Oof, another Drake. But I do want to keep Mystical Dispute up, so yeah. End the turn. We have another Drake, just in case they have some kind of cheeky spell for that. But that can block the Sprite Dragon. This is a tricky one. This is a really, really weird and tricky one. Consider, we're gonna let that resolve. No, it's fine. They have a land, they're gonna try to play Entity, we're gonna counter that, we don't want Entity on the board. And what else, what else, what else? Okay, that's not too bad. So we could Otawara here. Or we could Otawara during their turn, of course, as well. But I think I wanna draw a card of the Infiltrator. Yeah, I don't want a Phoenix to get in suddenly. Yeah, they might hardcast the Phoenix at this point. Ooh, we get the Drown in the Lock finally. So we can remove something they cast. Yep. We can finally remove. Even if they cast again and have Storming Entity, we can get rid of it. That's good. And we can even cast and recast the Drake, that's also good. Alright, we don't mind that, no. Dorat is okay. So what are they gonna be up to next? Nothing. I see. I think at this point I do want to get in with bows because I really, really, really need lands. So I want to cast the Infiltrator of the Drake. I don't have much else to do anyway, right? Okay. We're gonna draw 4 cards. Please some lands, man. I mean, we drew 4 lands out of I don't know how many. 22, yeah. Okay, now 6 lands, that's a bit better. 7 to be honest, because whatever is. So land. So we can get rid of the Dorat, or we can get back the Drake. Which one is better here? We can't do both. My worry is if I kill Dorat, they can maybe go off and get some kind of... Yeah, they might be able to get a bunch of Phoenixes going. I think I'm gonna bring the Thousand-Faced Shadow as well. Yeah, I don't want to die unexpectedly to some hasty attackers or something nasty. It's unlikely, but you never know. Yep, there you go. There's a looting. That's already making their entity cheaper. And okay, what's going in the graveyard? What's going into the graveyard? Chandra and Phoenix. Wow, okay. And the entity is coming. Yeah, I think in that case, that doesn't matter, right? I mean, that was one spell, so Phoenix won't come back off that. Yeah, that's okay. So we could bring basically Silver Fur #1. Get rid of the entity. And Silver Fur #2, and we have lethal. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Okay, well done. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was tough. That was tough. that was tough. These Pride Dragons were very, very scary, but I'm very happy we got through them. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okie dokie, leveled up. We get a Maelstrom use. Oh, these cards, honestly. And okay, we get another pack. We're doing alright with wild cards. Oh, that's good. That's very good, actually. And we're doing okay with the vault as well. Yeah, we don't want to buy anything else. I think we're okay for today with the game. So I've been playing this very funny ninja build. One of my viewers yesterday said, "Why didn't you play Satoru Umezawa with Ulamog and Craterhoof Behemoth?" And so that's what I was trying to do. I didn't manage to get the combo off, sadly. And to be honest, I didn't go all in, right? So I was planning to play a bit of ranked, and if you play ranked, you don't want 4 copies of Satoru, you don't want 4 copies of Ulamog or Behemoth or anything like that. So the deck, I was trying to actually build a sort of decent ninja build. There are 8 very cheap enablers that can either have flying or they're unblockable, so they can get in easily. And then Moon Circuit Hacker enables us to have a bit of selection early on. And of course, Ninja of the Powers and Ingenious Infiltrator are just wonderful. They draw a lot of cards, especially Ingenious Infiltrator is bonkers. You draw a card for every single ninja that gets in. Biting Palm Ninja is just there. It's a little bit of a associate thing. It's a decent ninja. I wanted to give it a try. I think it's too expensive for 3 mana. If ninjutsu would be 2, obviously it would be too strong. It would be like probably modern level, but this way I think it's just not good enough. So it's somewhere in between very good and okay-ish. Kaito is very good. It enables our ninjutsus. It draws us cards, helps us to filter, does everything you would want from an enabler planeswalker. And then, well, Satoru is just there for the combo. It can give ninjutsu to these creatures, which would be a funny janky thing if you manage to pull it off. I'll try again, of course. And I really, really hope that at some point we do get the fast lands in the full cycle in Historic. This deck would be so much better if we would have the 5 fast blue-black lands. Silver for Master actually impressed me because I haven't really used its ability to make ninjutsu cheaper, but the ability to pump ninjas was very, very useful because most of the ninjas, it pumps rogues as well. So it helps the network disruptors, and it pumps the flying Thousand Face Shadows, it pumps the outcasts. And if you look at the key creatures, they're not very big, right? 2, 2, 2, 3. So 1 or 2 Flare Masters make them much bigger and more effective at actually. They make our proc much faster, we kill the opponent much, much quicker. Undercity Plunder is just a good card. It's decent card advantage in every form. And I mean, these are classics. The sideboard has more removal, a bit of some tools to fight graveyards. This is just a flavorful creature removal. I think it's a decent-ish card. Not good, but it's okay. I'm playing these because there's just so much Rakdos Arcanist and Phoenix running around. Blind Beetle is good against a kind of green-white deck that wants to counter some things. And the Dispute is good against counter control decks. It's good against it's good against Phoenix. It's good against other kinds of decks as well. So, yeah, this is the deck. It was really fun. The land base, as always in Historic, is not beginner friendly. As you see, it's 16 rare lands, 17, 18, 19 rare lands. That's a downside of the deck. An upside is you can leave this combo out. If you just want to play ninjas, the 2 best ninjas are common and uncommon. Kaito, you might be able to open a few copies. You don't need Biting Palm. Moon Circuit Hacker is very useful and it's a common. Plunder, you probably need, sadly, or something similar. Some hand disruption in black. Drowning the Lock is an uncommon. Silver Fur is an uncommon. Tootsie, sadly, again, that's rare. But Fatal Push, uncommon. Changeling and the Enablers are common, uncommon. You don't need Thousand Face Shadow either. You can just play 4 Changelings and 3 Network Disruptors, 3 Ornithopters, 4 Ornithopters. So you can make a good budget version of the deck, which is easier to play and still probably a lot of fun. But as always in Historic, you need a good fan base. So that's probably the choking point for most people when they start building decks in Historic, and that's why you should always use your wild cards on lands at the beginning. You absolutely need the shock lands. You don't necessarily need all the copies of the pathways, the check lands, and the slow lands, but you need probably at least 2 if you want to start building decks that can keep up in speed with other people's decks if you want to go onto the ladder. But anyway, thank you so much for your attention today. Have a brilliant day. Take care. Bye bye.